it came to pass that Raskion, a human warrior with a keen love for the blades, started the quest for the sword. He fell in love with that type of weapons since he first laid eyes on his father's sword. Soon enough, that led him to warfare, and he became one of the humble guards of Stormwind, who keep the orcs at bay. Unlike the other guards, who always wore a helmet, a sword and shield, he never wore his helmet and carried a massive big sword that he had made with his own 2 hands. Ah yes, and the fact that he was captain of the guards did play a role in this. He was a blacksmith, a weaponsmith, and a master swordsmith. His dream was to make a sword so powerful that it would be used to safeguard the kingdom of Kalendor. In order to perfect his craft, he traveled all over the world, and even went through the dark portal in search for materials and new blacksmithing plans in the far reaches of Outland. This is where he met a blood elf paladin in service of the Aldor in Shatrat City. They spent the whole night rolling dice at the local tavern. Little did the blood elf knew that Raskion made those dice himself, and he knew how to throw them to win. He just thought it was pure luck. But blood elves are impulsive, and this blood elf was a pure example of his skin. When he was out of gold, he carefully removed his earring and put the trinket on the table. All or nothing, he said. This earring has a power to drain enchantments. It was crafted long before your time, human. In the time when we blood elves were called high elves, and when we served the Alliance. If it's so powerful, why do you wage it on this bet? As soon as he asked the question, he noticed the green glow in the blood elf's eyes heighten as he stared at the pile of gold coins. But this glow soon perished after he threw the dice. And Raskion rolled the dice in a way he had practiced many times over. The result was inevitable. The blood elf cast his glass of wine into the wall, where it shattered into 100 pieces. And he was never seen shattered ever again. After that night, Raskion became quite the warmonger. A warmonger not to be trifled with. He made a beautiful 2-handed sword from all kinds of materials. He made the handle from mithril and ornamented it with gold and silver, and the pommel with a powerful magic red gem. The blade was a mixture of purest steel, blackest dark iron, and the hardest element. The point of the sword was enhanced by a perfectly cut diamond that could pierce any armor. He never gave the sword. Raskion thought that by giving it a name, he would lock down the potential of the sword. Every one of his foes who carried an enchanted weapon or object was stripped of the enchantment when he fought Raskion. This gave him an unfair advantage, and this is how he made a name for himself. When his friends asked him, "Where does his power lie?" he answered, "Ha! The little things make the big things." In one of his battles, a demon cut off his ear, and the blood elf earring with it. As it fell off, the earring on the ear hit his blade and made a spark. The blade was already in the demon's heart, and the blade started to glow with a heightened green light, like a whisper of death, like silence before a storm. For one moment, all was still. The next extravagant source of power exploded. The blade itself consumed Rastion, the essence of the dying demon and the enchantments that the earring had absorbed. The blade glowed with electricity, fire, ice. It glowed with power. A rainbow of enchantments glowed on it. All this power combined and left the blade with the ultimate enchantment of white, blind light. Time passed, and so did a dead knight, accompanied by a warlock, passed through the same demon catacombs. They noticed a faint glow of light and followed it to the sword. The dead knight sheathed his own sword, made way and took the blade in his hands. He took off his gloves and patted the both sides of the blade, and burning runes appeared. They were instantly crafted onto the ultimate sword. "Beautiful," he said. "I found something else," the warlock said. "What is it?" "Only an earring, but this is strange." "Show me now!" cried the dead knight with a roaring voice that implied no objections. The warlock made a grim face and threw the